Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network. First, a quick word from our sponsor. The Sunday Book Review for May 29, 2022, the Memorial Day edition. Today we take a look at books that point out some of the insanity of war. We begin with Fobbit. In the satirical tradition of Catch-22 and MASH, Fobbit takes us in the chaotic world of Baghdad's forward operating base Triumph. The forward operating base is the back office of the battlefield where people eat, sleep, and a lot of soldiers have what looks suspiciously like a desk job. Male and female soldiers are trying to find an empty porta potty to get acquainted. Grunts are playing Xbox and watching NASCAR. Darkly humorous and based on the author's own experience, Fobbit is a fantastic debut that shows the behind-the-scenes portrait of the real Iraq War. Next up, David Finkel's Thank You for Your Service, a harrowing account of the author's time in Iraq and the afterwar they faced coming home. It's one of the great works of literature to have come out of the Iraq War. The reason is simple. This was not concerned with literature. Any literary merit was due to its strict adherence to the principles of reporting. A given sentence reported a fact, and the next sentence reported another. It stresses the unimaginable because of the most imagined work coming out of the war. Finkel subordinated everything to his subjects, what he saw, what he heard, and what he experienced. Next up, Billy Lynn's long halftime walk. From the winner of the National Book Critic and Penn Hemingway, a winning author, a razor-sharp satire set in Texas during America's war in Iraq. It explores the gaping national disconnect between the war at home and the war abroad. Ben Fountain's remarkable debut novel follows the surviving member of the heroic Bravo Squad through one exhausting stop in his media-intensive victory tour at Texas Stadium, the football mecca of the Dallas Cowboys, where their fans, cheerleaders, and everyone else greatly applauds him and the story of what really happened on that dark night. And we end with the book that really began it all around the Civil War, which of course is The Red Badge of Courage. It's a war novel unlike any others. As I mentioned, took place during the Civil War. It's a story about a young private in the Army who flees the field of battle. Overcome with shame, he longs for a wound, a red badge of courage to counteract his cowardice. When his regiment once again faces the enemy, he acts as a standard bearer and does achieve his red badge. Written by Stephen Crane, born after the war and had not experienced combat firsthand, the novel is still known to this day for its realism and its account of a fictional battle based on Chancellorsville. He may have interviewed veterans, but the book is still widely read today and is seen to be one of the best of the war. This week, the Communicators Society awarded 2 podcasts on the Compliance Podcast Network awards of distinction. The first was Gwen Hassan's Hidden Traffic, and the second is Karen Woody's Classrooms Insider. So congrats to Gwen and Karen for these awards. Also, we have a new podcast on the Compliance Podcast Network, 2 actually. The first is All Things in Investigations. It's from the law firm of Hughes Hubbard, where I interview lawyers in their investigations practice, and The Woody Report, where I take a deep dive into securities law with securities law professor Karen Woody. Look for both of these shows on the Compliance Podcast Network. And we actually have one more, which is Taxman on the intersection of tax and compliance, where with my tax colleague extraordinaire Tracy Howell, we look at 5 different issues that every compliance officer needs to be aware of regarding corporate tax. It's a fascinating series that's on a topic not often explored.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.